welcome. It is Friday, September the 1st, 2023, and the time is 8 o'clock. This is a meeting of the Mesquite ISD Board of Trustees, and it is called to order. A quorum is present, and a notice of the meeting has been posted for the time and manner required by law. We are here for the action item to approve Armed Security Services contract with L&P Global Security, LLC. Mr. Morris?
Good morning, Madam President and Board. As you know, last month, we awarded the contract after the RFP process to L&P Global Security to provide armed guards in our elementary schools across the district. Today in your packet, you have the contract it's up for discussion and it's an action item.
This is an action item. I need a motion.
So moved.
Rose and Gary Bingham is second. Is there any discussion?
I'd like to say a few things. This is a big deal. This isn't something that this board takes lightly. We've had a very strong relationship with Mesquite Police Department for many years in our SRO program in our middle schools and high schools. And I think when you consider that now, I heard even on the radio this morning on the way here that about 10% of applicants that apply for a position with a local police department, only about 10% of them are actually qualified to be a police officer. And in Mesquite, it may even be a lesser percentage than that. I know the vetting process is very intense, but and I know that Dr. Rivera and I think you as well had conversation with our city manager and our chief of police regarding trying to put Mesquite police officers at the elementary campuses, and they just simply don't have the personnel to do that. I hope, Board, that just my opinion, I hope that this is something that is temporary, that eventually at all of our elementary campuses we can someday put Mesquite PD SROs at all of our campuses, because not to say anything negative regarding L&P Global, I'm sure they're a fine company, but this is to comply with House Bill 3 and the requirements of our legislature. I think this is a watered down bill when they want, just somebody with a gun at all of our elementary campuses, and it's good that we will have that protection, but I don't think it's going to be the same thing as having a Mesquite police officer at all of our campuses. So I just wanted to say that. And
Any other discussion? Okay.
Madam President, I just want to say I agree with Mr. Everett's comments, and I just want to be clear that the duties and responsibilities of the security officers that we are contracted with L&P Global Security differ in the duties and responsibilities and jurisdiction above all of Mesquite PD. So Mesquite PD will still be responding to any law dispute, and their L&P Global Security has very specific duties and responsibilities they'll be performing on the campuses. But we still fall under Mesquite PD jurisdiction, and they will be dealing with the things that they usually deal with when it applies to jurisdiction and laws that apply to Mesquite.
And that would include Ball Springs.
Yes, Madam President, that would include Ball Springs.
Yes, okay. This is an action item. We're ready for a vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, we have another action item to approve the resolution regarding the placement of armed officers at each campus. Sir?
Good morning, board members and Dr. Rivera. You have in your packet a resolution to declare a good cause exception from House Bill 3. You just briefly discussed House Bill 3, which has been codified in relevant part in the Texas Education Code 37.0814, which requires the school district to place a commissioned peace officer at each campus. And if that is not possible, either due to a lack of funding or available officers, it allows the district to find there's a good cause exception and develop an alternative standard, and that's what the resolution before you is to do. It's an action item.
Make a motion. Second.
Okay, all right. By Mr. Carbo, and a second by Ms. Collier, okay? Is there any discussion?
Yes. We're in the process of doing this. We're trying to comply, but we're also, it's not something we're taking lightly.
No.
I mean, it's a big thing putting officers or peace officers or security professionals at schools. So, like, it's something to think about, to be just cognizant of while we're doing this.
Great, great. All those in favor, this is a voting item. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, the same sign. Motion carried. Okay. Our third action item is to approve the resolution to pay Vanston Middle School paraprofessionals for days during emergency school district closing. This is an action item. I need a. Move to. Okay, Robert Seward is, and, okay. Greg Everett.
Question.
Yes, sir?
Is there any way we can delegate this to you so that we don't have to do these kind of things? I mean, it's,
There's actually a recommendation by Dr. Hensley to modify our policy to make sure this actually becomes
Something we do.
something granted by the board to administration. But as the policy is currently written, it doesn't read like that. And we had to make sure that we got it done within the same pay period because of Fair Labor Standard Act clause and to accommodate that. But moving forward, we will bring something to the board for your consideration, so we don't have to bring it up every single time that some unforeseen event happens at a campus, because we believe that, I think we are aligned in the philosophies about our staff, especially the most fragile staff, which is our hourly staff.
I'd like to take a look at that. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I'd like to look at the policy too, with some guardrails.
Any further discussion? This is a voting item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by the same sign? Motion carried. Okay. All right. Is there any other business that we need to discuss? We are adjourned at 8:08.
That's a great meeting.